everyone. In this video, I want to talk about upcoming changes. What I hope that will happen in 3.27. And the first thing is overall ascendancy balance changes. And there are some of them which scream to the world like, look at me, this is wrong. And I will point out the most obvious ones. Unstable infusion, it gives you power charge, sustain, and generation and plus one power charge. Trickster gives you two charges and charge sustain. All charges sustain. So if you have any way how to generate charges here and there, for example with overcharge, the charges, if I'm not mistaken, will with this ascendancy stay for 30 seconds. And that's a lot. You need at least like one charge to generate over the duration and you will not lose them. So this is significantly more powerful. Also, the additional ascendancy node in rootless, it's better. It gives you one power charge and two crit chance at maximum power charges. So I would argue it's even better. And yeah, this is just too weak. They nerfed it too much. So this needs to change. Also, the toxic delivery is it's very situational thing, and it's not. I don't think it's that powerful to tell you that you need to go for crit poisons. And Noxious Strike is very limiting. You need to stack 20 poisons to get maximum value. It's good for some builds, but bad for others. Also, we have here this, what is it, Warden. And it's not really played that much. Like, what is this? Tinctures applied to ranged weapons. Like, it should already work by default. You are just buying back the power that you should have. For Ascendancy, what I want to see is this, like 25% penetration, 60% AoE for clearing, and 30% more damage for single target. This is great node. Also, for charge scaling, again, look at Assassin. You have one charge and power charge generation. On Occultist, you have one charge and such huge charge scaling and charge generation on top of that. Like, this is significantly better. Also, look at Gladiator. Weapon Master, one of the weakest nodes. What is this? 25% more accuracy. Like, if you have accuracy 80%, this raises it to maybe 85%. It's not even noticeable. It's like 5% more damage. It's terrible. Measured retaliation, what is this? You can use retaliation skills for 2 additional seconds. That's so little. Buff it up to 10 seconds or something like that. If this is like a bit damage skill and bit utility, it should be more utility. What we want is a lot of utility. This should be the retaliation kind of ascendancy, like 2 additional seconds. That's not enough. You want to get those charges and then use them on like enemies that matter. Also, determine survivor. If you have 40% block chance shield, this gives you only 10 block chance. If you have 25% block chance shield, this gives you 25. But is it enough? Look, dual wielding bonuses. This gives you 20% block chance and 10% attack speed. The shield bonuses should be equivalent of them. So instead, you should say like you get plus 30 block chance. Or instead, 50% of chance to block attacks is applied to spells as well. Something like that, something along those lines. So yeah, this is just not enough. I'm quite sure there are quite a lot of ascendancy points that are bad, but those are the ones that I wanted to point out. Now, let's look at the other things that need changing. First of all, haste chance. For some reason, when Atlas was buffed and all the leagues had improved chance to for the leagues to appear, haste was the one that was left out. Haste has 4% block chance to appear in the league and 12 on the higher node. Expedition has twice that amount on the small ones and 20%, which is almost double the amount of haste. So yeah, this should be definitely changed. Also, when watchstones were existing, there was quite a lot of quality of life for haste. It was destroyed, and what I want to see is scarabs for that. But besides haste, there is one additional thing that I would want to see change, and that is betrayal. This was betrayal before the change, and it was great. My strategy that I did was that I just used the scarabs for more intelligence. I rushed the same houses, I got to the boss, and I reset everything. The beauty of this is that if I wanted to set up all of these lines in the best order I could do that, but I was left out of the boss fight. I was left out of the earnings. Now, the thing that you don't need to reset the board anymore means that you pretty much need to optimize to have the baseline value of this. That means that this orb from this boss has less value because people who just want to farm these safe houses, they will also drop the boss fragments. And even if they are not rushing the bosses, so if you are rushing the boss as you did before, you are behind. You are just not getting as much money. So now betrayal is the hardest mechanic, in my opinion, to get into. You need a lot of knowledge to know how to set up this. And before, you could choose. You could set up everything and run it over and over, or you could run the boss and run it over and over. And it was faster to run only the boss than setting up all of these connections. But if you wanted to set up connections and farm a specific thing, you could do that. The thing that the update did, there are two things. First of all, the betrayal scraps of intelligence were destroyed, meaning that rushing the boss is much harder. Also, because a lot of the betrayal people in previous patches were going only safe houses, they were not contributing into boss fight like at all, and now they do. Then that means that the profits that you would take for yourself are now theirs as well, which are bad for people who just want to keep things simple. So my suggestion is to bring things back into normal. I would like to see the scrap of intelligence maybe nerfed. Maybe you need like two of those to have the same effect as one before. I would be okay with that. Maybe even just remove it. But what I want to do is to not split the fight with the safe houses, because those were two different strategies you could do, and they've just changed it. They changed it, and now you can do only one strategy, and the one strategy you can do is complicated one. You need to know how to set up corrections, how to rotate people, which ones to skip, what to do with people. It's quite hard for like people who don't know. It takes a lot of learning. Anyway, yeah, just make Katarina, like if you want to go Katarina, you need to reset your board. This would again improve the price of the Veiled Chaos Orb for people who actually want to farm the Veiled Chaos Orb. And people who don't want to will not get it anymore. Then we have a nerf, which I would like to see. And that is because of this skill. I don't want to nerf this skill. I'm not sure if it's okay, but it's kind of okay. But how it works is that it does a lot of damage to you, but it also does a lot of damage. And currently it's abusable because it does chaos damage, and with chaos inoculation, you take no damage. There is also item which allows you to pay energy shield instead of life, meaning that you can use this with chaos inoculation and take no damage, so no downside, just the pure upside. Yeah, it can be used, and that's the issue. Because skills cost energy shield instead of mana or life. There is not really a reason why skills should cost energy shield instead of mana or life. Just change it to instead of mana. There is not that many life-based skills, and it's not like required. Like there is like how much 5 skills which cost life, maybe slightly more. But one of those skills which uses life is Forbidden Rite or Soul Sacrifice. So if they just change the text to not work on life anymore, it will fix this issue. If you want to use Forbidden Rite of Soul Sacrifice, you would need probably Leech, you would need high Chaos Resist, and it would be kind of the downside. But you would no longer be Chaos Immune. So yeah, that's my suggestion. And yeah, those are my thoughts on upcoming click. Let me know in the comments what you think that you would like to see. What you think of those suggestions? Maybe you disagree. Maybe you think that betrayal is great and you should have access to those boss fights, even if you are not focused on them. Maybe you think that the mechanic is easy. Maybe you think that the haste doesn't need any help because people are already making a lot of money. Maybe you think that Whispers of Infinity should instead be chase unique and should allow you to do like very overpowered item, not item, very overpowered thing with one specific gem. I personally think that this reduces build diversity and reduces a lot of requirements for build for no reason. And it should be hard to get those extra payoffs, like a lot of damage, right? Deal 50% of your energy shield as chaos damage. Like that's a lot of damage. And you should pay for it. And it shouldn't be that easy, like taking gem and amulet and one keystone. It shouldn't be this easy. So thank you for watching and see you next time.